Hello, today I'm joined by my guest Sarka Wilde from Distinct Property Consultants. How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, David. How are you doing?
I am doing just fine. It's the end of the week. It's been a short week, but as we discussed off camera, a really long one as well. So it's all good. Shaka, we're talking today because I saw your LinkedIn post, which is all about your recent experience and the service that you delivered for one particular client when it comes to a relocation agent network referral that you received. So I want to talk a little bit about that in a minute, but first of all, let's talk about you because I think you operate in such a beautiful part of the world. When we talk about relocation, lots of people have different motivations for relocation. Some of them are work-wise or family-wise. Some people just want to be in that idyllic country setting with the cows that are just behind you there. Um, do you get a lot of people that come to you specifically for the location?
We do get people when they are moving into our county as well as outside. They ask me if I know about the properties or if a lot of times is buyers who are coming here wanting to buy and looking for something specific. So and also because I generally build quite good rapport with my clients and we have the reputation for looking after our clients. Clients would often ask me when they are moving out somewhere in different part of country whether I could help. I've been asked on numerous occasions, even by people living completely different part of country, could I help them because they've got property on the market with an agent and it's not selling? And would I be able to look at it? Do I know anybody? Could I recommend anybody or could I help myself? So absolutely, David.
So yeah, so some of the moves are not local. They're moving to the other side of the country as such. So therefore that kind of leads me to my next question. Being part of the relocation agent network, then I guess that was part of your decision and motivation for joining.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely, because it's really important for me. I do like to provide full service, plus I offer consulting and coaching to my sellers around their moves and everything. So it was really important for me to be a part of the network where I can build the relationships with other agents and where we can obviously assist together to a client who is moving from one part of the country to another one, or just from one county next door to another county.
So the example that we're going to look at today is almost like the most recent case study, and it turned my head because I'm a great believer in, sometimes a different agent adds a different perspective, particularly when that agent has a real attention to detail like you do, but you understand quality marketing and the difference between presenting a property in one way and another. So if you don't mind, take us through the journey that happened.
Yeah, so it came, I got this referral or recommendation from another agent living or working in completely different part of the country through Relocation Agent Network, saying we've got these buyers who are looking to buy in our area, but they are struggling to sell their property in your area. Could you help? So I looked at it and I said, yeah, absolutely. So I contacted these sellers and came to see them, had a look at the property online because it was on the market. And when I saw it, I was thinking, gosh, these photographs look like 5 years old photographs.
Yeah.
I wonder whether actually the property is currently at the position that the new photographs couldn't be taken, which obviously that's why the old photographs are being presented. So I went to see the property, met the client, looked at the property. The property was beautiful.
You were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I was thinking, gosh, it was lovely. it was nothing to what I saw on the photographs.
Yeah.
I thought it's going to be quite dark place. Possibly the mold will be there. You know when you get these places that have not been left for a few years, and there was nothing wrong
And
with that
and
property.
that's amazing. I mean, you're a property professional, so if you were expecting that, let's imagine what members of the public, prospective buyers, would be imagining to find, right?
The people would not, the public, British public, would not even go and view it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
unless it's a property investor trader, and from my experience having worked in that market as well, any property investor trader, they would be looking at different price. So
So, what happened next?
So what happened next? I talked to the sellers. I delivered my recommendation. I established that actually it was sitting within certain price range, but I thought that if we just remarketed with better photographs, if we did the video tour and as I said, quality photographs, if we relaunched the property completely from scratch, did the social media marketing, obviously, did the mail shot to the database, placed the property as featured property on our newsletter at the same price as it was already on the market to start with, that we would generate a different interest. And obviously, as you know, no agent can ever guarantee what is going to happen. You can do just your best.
Yeah.
And so I said to the sellers, I will do my best at this price. Let's not reduce it or don't do anything drastic right now. Let's just remarket as a first port of call, and then we can take the view. So they discussed it, they agreed with it. We booked professional photographer, did all the shabang that I just described, created lovely description, put it on the portals after we've done our mail shot to our hot buyers who are looking to buy, did the newsletter mail shot, and we had two inquiries within a couple of days. The one of them presented to the viewing within 3 days, and the offer was made straight away,
Yeah.
and the sale was agreed pretty much immediately.
So what a difference a week makes, but also the different marketing that you manage to and your professional skills, I suppose. Um, Needless to say, I'm sure the client is over the moon.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I obviously, because where they are looking, I referred them back to our relocation agent network partner, so they can now start seriously looking for the properties over there.
Superb, superb, and that's what Rand does best. It's and it's real. It caught my eye because for two things. I think this is textbook example of real marketing expertise by an expert estate agent in practice. This is the difference between just throwing it onto the portals and expecting it to move, and somebody actually taking a considered approach. And the client feels looked after. The result is amazing. And you're enabling somebody to go on and kind of complete the rest of their story as well, which is, it's a big thing. We sometimes forget about this is holding people back from continuing with their lives, right?
Yeah, exactly. You even talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps because this is what really, of course, that we need to get paid for our work naturally, but
Yeah.
for me, my paycheck comes secondary. It is really helping people move on with their life, and that's what I love here. Like when I look at the properties, I never look at when I go for a valuation. I never look at how can I sell myself to those people, how can I sell my service. Always look at how can I help them achieve what they want,
Yeah.
because this is just so important. And as I said, nobody can guarantee anything. when it comes to property. But if you have right price, right presentation, and if you promote a property to the right audience, if you understand who is possible buyer for that property, then you've got the massive chances that you will sell that property.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you
Uh,
will.
100%. You're making me smile because it's what I passionately believe in. That I think when agents, when they go out to see a seller and they're about to give them advice, you're right. We're not there just to sell ourselves, but we're there. You need to go into that room believing that you can be the solution to somebody's problem, that your expertise enables them to complete a major chapter of their life. And I think that well, when we talk about the bad rap that sometimes estate agents get, we ignore the fact that we do add that value to people, and that when we get it right, and as you've demonstrated in this case, it makes all the difference. So, thank you very much for sharing that with us. So how long have you been a RAM member for?
Well, I joined the run only about 18 months ago, so not very long, maybe less than 18, so somewhere in
It feels like you've been with us for forever because you were such a big presence at our RAN
confirmed.
conference in December. I loved seeing you up on stage with Simon Whale then. And again, sort of just having you as part of the network is great. Like I say, I think your area, the Cotswolds and around that sort of area is a beautiful part of the world. And I think that a lot of people target that for retirement, for a bit of peace and quiet. And it's still commutable, isn't it, really, to London, isn't it?
They do, and absolutely is. It takes me from one of the local train stations about 1.5 hour to go to Paddington, which is great. You could go potentially to big towns, but if you are around that area of like Chipping Norton, Morton in Marsh, and the villages around Stow-on-the-Wold, then that's probably Morton in Marsh or Kingham Station. And so it's commutable. It's easy to get to the airports. You've got London Airport, Bristol Airport, Birmingham Airport.
Yeah.
I found over the years that a lot of people actually move to Cotswolds, not only just for retirement and pleasure of the lovely area, but because they are right in the middle of the country and they might have one child married with grandchildren up in Manchester and
Yeah.
another child in Exeter.
So it's
And
strategically well placed, isn't it?
strategically, they place themselves well because I've always said to people, this is great area because everywhere from here it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours up to Manchester, 2 hours down south, 2 hours to Wales, 2 hours to London. Like it's everywhere is two
It's a
hours.
dream.
It's really commutable.
No, that's superb, and whenever I've visited, it's certainly a lovely part of the world. Highly recommend that if you are a RAM member, and I believe this actually. I think people in the network need to get to know each other's patches because we can cross sell, can't we? We can sort of say, well, what are you thinking of achieving? Some people might say, well, I want to be in the countryside, but getting to see my kids is important, and they live in Bristol. Well, okay, this is the area for you. So, highly recommend people dipping in and out of each other's knowledge and sort of local pockets as well. Really, really great to have you as part of the network, Sharka, and thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for everything that Ron is doing for me.
Thank you.